Hello, I'm Bishop David Allen Hall, the Bishop of the Tennessee Headquarters Ecclesiastical Jurisdiction for the Church of God in Christ. My church is situated in the city of Memphis, Tennessee, the headquarters of the Church of God in Christ, and I am just blessed to serve Temple, which is the church that Bishop Charles Harrison Mason, founder of the Church of God in Christ, dug out from the ground and over the years nurtured into a thriving and beautiful congregation. As Bishop of the Tennessee Headquarters Jurisdiction, I'm just pleased to have the legacy that Bishop Mason, Bishop J.O. Patterson Jr., Bishop J.O. Patterson Sr., and others handed to me. Before I became pastor, Bishop J.E. Booker was the pastor of this church for some 20 years or so. Today, Temple Church is in the middle of a great community in South Memphis. There's a lot of redevelopment in this urban setting, and still this community has potential. Even though to the south and to the north of us there is the signature of urban blight in some places, but the city of Memphis is renewing itself, and the Church of God in Christ and our congregation is a part of it. I'm glad to come from a family that has known the Church of God in Christ as its church of worship for more than 100 years. My great-grand-aunt, Mother Nancy Gamble, was the first supervisor of women in the states of Illinois and Indiana. She was a pioneer who worked alongside of Bishop Mason and Mother Lizzie Robinson. Likewise, my grandfather was converted to the faith by Bishop Mason in 1912. 1912. It's more than 100 years now. And I thank God that his conversion changed our entire family, because he became the very first minister in the family. Since then, my father, all of my uncles, most of my aunts and cousins and other relatives have found the church to be an integral part of our lives. We have heard the call of ministry, and we, likewise, have followed those people of our earlier years in the ministry and also working for the church. We believe that the Church of God in Christ is the church of today and for tomorrow. Our doctrines in holiness are very, very close to the Bible. Source of interpretation and pattern of life is essential to our success as a church and as a people. I'm glad to be sharing this information with you because the Church of God in Christ is seen in 60 countries around the world. I've had an opportunity to go to many of those nations and to worship with saints who have spoken many different dialects in Africa, Spanish in South America, German, English, and just so many other places around the world. And the Church of God in Christ is there. And I have a sense of pleasure, real personal enjoyment, to know that right on this spot of ground in Memphis, Tennessee, it just about nearly began, all of it. Can you imagine that before Mason Temple was built, that on this spot of ground, the Holy Convocation was conducted? When I think about it, all of the great pioneers and individuals who were instrumental in planting this church all across this nation and around the world would come here and spend time on this spot of ground praising God, tooling, retooling, training, and making preparation for their ministry all across America and around the world. Well, I'm not going to say very much other than the fact that this church is my church. I enjoy it. I love it. And my family, I've done the same thing. I've trained my children to love this church, and 2 of them serve it. I only have 2 sons. Both of them are ordained clergy. They're quite productive, strong men who love God and who, of course, have their hearts and minds geared to a life of service. I want to thank the opportunity. I thank Brother Hill for the opportunity to make this video. And I hope that the information that I've shared with you will help you. And I hope that you will enjoy listening. And I want you to know, if you're ever in Memphis, Tennessee, stop by 672 South Lauderdale here in Memphis, Tennessee, and visit us. I know you will enjoy the Lord, and you'll be glad you did. Thank you very much.